Hey guys, Jason coming at you one more time, episode number 4. Uh, I don't know. I guess all everything's up on social media. We've been getting after this for a few hours now, trying to get some episodes together, and I'm gonna let Adam start this one off this time. Let him talk a little bit.
All right, how's it going? I
I'll be
have a.
doing better once it's bedtime.
Oh, I feel it. I feel it. Um, but no, I just got a story. I was in basic training with a guy that has been publicized on social media on YouTube several different times.
So you were in basic training with the guy, like he was in training with you.
He was in my platoon, yes,
Oh, okay. And
which
he's
is
on
it's
YouTube and
super
stuff.
funny. I've even after this guy, his name's Angry Cops. After he has put out this video, I even reached out to him and said, "Man, I know this guy. I went to basic with him. He was in my platoon, and yes, he was a total shitbag. If you want more stories, holler at me. But he's very popular on YouTube with our type of people, so he's probably very busy. He reached out to me. He did send me a message, but he nothing to like continue any kind of conversation about him. But yeah, oh man, this kid. I don't know where he's from. I can say his name because he is already out on public record of social media. I believe he is getting kicked out of the military. All right, made it through. This kid made it through basic training.
You think he's getting kicked out of the military?
Well, it's still under investigation.
Oh, okay. We might not throw his name out there.
Okay, well he. Oh gosh, poor guy. He went through basic training, finished all that.
Yeah.
Okay, then went to AIT, finished all that, graduated from it. Okay, he goes there. He gets to his unit, which I don't even know where it is. Gets to his unit. Several weeks in, he decides, man, selling vapes to kids, to other trainees in a training environment, that's where the money's at.
So selling contraband to the kids in basic training is where you're going to make money. That's what you're saying?
I mean, he's not incorrect in that sense because I told you about the kid that he sold one can of snuff from
Yeah.
a speed stick
Yeah.
thing. You know, he got $100 for a $5 can of snuff. So he's not wrong, and that's going to make him money. But he is just not the most savvy person to do it.
Gotcha. Okay, I see where you're going.
So he won't make it happen. Which is weird because he went to Fort Lee, which is in Virginia, to do this, and which is an AIT type of training. Which, when I was in Fort Huachuca, we could have, snuff. We could have cigarettes. We could have stuff like that. So I don't know. I guess unless Fort Lee was more strict with their rules, there, it's all based on post commander. But anyways, that's where he went. He went from wherever he was at. He drove all the way to Fort Lee. He got two. I don't even know what he was thinking. Like, he decided to go to one of their formations. Okay. During a formation, they call your name out individually. And this was only a very few weeks after he was done.
Okay.
they would recognize this MFer's name and say, "Oh, this is that shitbag that I have seen before." And they would have immediately, taken him down, which is exactly what they did. One of the drill sergeants had said something along the lines of, "Why are you here? Someone get him," something like that. And some trainees that are not even considered soldiers yet took him down. He got arrested from MPs and was getting, hemmed around on all kinds of levels. Like, I don't even know why he decided to do this or why it became a thought to his mind. But that's the dumbest, boneheadest move I've ever seen. Like, he was very, our commander and first sergeant in basic was very generous to even let him graduate. Then I don't know how of a miracle of God that he graduated from AIT. And then he gets actually to his unit, and now does this stuff.
Sounds like he doesn't use his brain.
No, and the thing is, he always talked, because I have several, this is the same guy that I sat there and we were getting, at basic, we were getting our asses reamed, and pretty much we were getting threatened to the level of, I feel like we were probably about to die from our own exhaustion, that this is going to happen. Because another platoon had stolen, oh man, I don't know, 2 cases of First Strike bars, which are a protein bar. And they'd said they passed on some to us, which I had never seen any of them, so I still don't even know if that even happened.
Why would they do something this idiotic that could get them kicked out?
You talking about from the other platoon? To steal those cases? Okay, that kid, he stole 2 cases of these, selling these to other people. He had over $2,000 in cash on him. $2,000. So it was kind of suspicious that he had that much cash on him.
Yeah, I don't understand why he would do that. Then he basically opens it wide up where he can,
He didn't want to share the glory, I guess. I don't know. But that's the same platoon, though, that also got caught in the stairwell banging the female trainees.
Well, if you're going to continue to do stupid crap like that, I guess you kind of deserve to get it.
I mean, we were there for 14 weeks, so human emotions and human reactions to any kind of female, she could have looked like a dead stump, and people would have been all over. There's a difference between stateside prettiness scale and deployment's prettiness scale. There's a deployment 8 and there's a deployment 8. There's a deployment 8 and there's a stateside 8.
Well, it goes along with that saying, is the farther you get from home, the harder your pecker is.
Yeah. Just use protection. But anyways, yes, with him, that's the kid that he had taken. He had a whole half loaf of bread in his locker with peanut butter and jelly packets in there.
Well, it sounded like to me they need to feed y'all then if he's stealing peanut butter and jelly.
I mean, either that, he's a damn good thief.
Or an idiot.
I'm gonna go more of the latter. Yeah,
The idiot part.
I just said latter.
Oh.
So yeah, probably more of the idiot part. But that and, I mean, I did some my own dumb shit too while I was in there at training.
Well, I'm sure all of us do something stupid.
Because I'll go. I mean, if you want, I will go into my second story unless you want to do something.
Go ahead, go.
Like
I'm sitting here looking right now. Finally got everything up. Our podcast is on Google now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good deal. Hey, Google. Now we got whenever I was at Fort Huachuca, Channing came and saw me. I don't give a shit. My wife, so it's all about me anyway. So my wife and my son came and saw me, and first time I got to see her in 5 months.
Be careful, man. Where you going? Where are you going with this?
You know. It's not about any of that stuff. I mean, we did do those things. I had actually
Okay.
I had snuck off a post with her, and
And you did the, how you doing?
yeah, it wasn't like that. It was more like, how you doing?
Okay.
It was more low and dramatic. But no, we did those things. And okay, getting back on post was a little bit more difficult because you actually have to present your ID to get on post. So what did I do? You get in the trunk of that car.
You forgot your ID or something?
No, I had my ID.
Why'd you get in the trunk of that car?
Because your unit can always pull up the manifest on who has come on post. And we weren't allowed off post that weekend. So I decided I was going to just get in the trunk of the car. My wife, who has a military ID, okay, she has a spouse ID, and she has an actual military ID because she works for
So basically, the
government.
story that you were telling me earlier about the guy that's an idiot, you can say that you're an idiot too?
No, but I'm much sneakier.
Yeah, you're real sneaky. You just put it out for the world.
It doesn't matter now. It's over.
Oh, okay.
And
Jeez.
how like that even matters anyway is where I was at. You could have literally walked across a border onto a freaking base, and people wouldn't even known it.
Okay, so now that we know you're an idiot like the rest of them.
Like, I mean, actually, because one day I didn't know if that would work. I just went over by the exchange, laid down underneath the fence, rolled underneath it, picked myself right back up, and then walked to the exchange.
Oh, man. Speaking of idiots, you ever have any, favorite sayings you like to tell people when you're on stuff or around? Or what I'm getting at, major intersection over here, there's always a lot of wrecks over there. And we've got 3 cars involved.
Come over here by the player.
Partially blocking the roadway. There's cars, metal everywhere. Nobody was hurt, thankfully. And you get the morons that slow down, and we're trying to get traffic through, And they will slow down and come to a complete stop, and they'll look at you and they'll go, "Was there a wreck?" You know what my favorite saying now is? And every time they say that, I'll be standing there, and I don't care who's standing around, lieutenant or whoever, and I'll be like, "Hey, is there a wreck?" And I'll go, "Nope, shark attack." Huh? Sir, move along.
My favorite one was, nope, we're doing a mock simulation.
Of a wreck.
Yep.
Yeah, those are my favorite ones. Yeah, and then you get the rubbernecking, and then that guy ends up rubbernecking and causing a wreck himself or running off the road. And
Well, that happened to us. That happened to us on the highway. We
yeah,
had a big wreck, and then up the road a little bit.
yeah, that it floors you that people don't pay attention, but then I don't know, makes you wonder how they get their driver's license. Anyway, we've been babbling on for a while. It's been a few minutes. You guys don't forget, check us out on your favorite podcast player. I can now tell you we're officially on Amazon Podcast, Google's Podcast, Apple, and Spotify. I've got a few others in the work, but we're on the 4 major ones right now. If you can, get on there and leave us a review. I'd appreciate a 5-star review and help us spread the word out there. Also, if you have any questions or anything, you can check us out on Facebook, or you can leave us a message on anchor.fm. It's going to be /code 05.
What's our Facebook?
It's just code 0.5.
Okay.
But anyway, we're going to get out of here. You guys take care of yourselves out there, and we're done.